昼休みに少し寝ない？もしくは気分転換に一緒にコラリーのゲーム機で遊ぼうか。
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are back with some more Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2. I hope you guys have a great day. Where we last left off, we had finally started on this whole, like, interlude chapter of Yet the Stars Still Sparkle, where we basically are going through the conclusion, or the aftermath of everything that happened in the prior chapter. Basically everything resolved at the moment, but again, Mars still has not been saved. And apparently, according to Kiana, we seem to be running out of time, but we don't know exactly what it is we're running out of time of. To save the world, before a big threat gets in the way, before someone else tries to interfere. Not exactly sure about it. But also the fact that it's like, Entropy actually came to Vita for a plan. I don't know if like, maybe she had a sense as well, or instinct, or maybe she learned something new in the time that she was relaxing. But yeah, we're gonna try to finish this today. And also, I do know that yes, Trails in the Sky remake, first chapter, the demo is out right now. I am kind of considering playing the game, but the only thing is it literally just like the first chapter of that game? Specifically, like, you know, chapter 1 of chapter 1, basically. Because if that's the case, then I might actually stream that in like the next couple days. And also, when they have like demos like these, because I've never actually streamed a demo before, is it free and I don't have to purchase it? Because if it is, then unfortunately I really am tight on money to the point where it's like I can't even buy a demo. But if it's like I can already get it and stuff, it'll be fine. From what I recall people saying, you can it will like go into my bad.
いつ戻ったの？どこから見てた？
Anyway, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure they said like the stuff that you complete in the demo will also transfer to like the actual game when you get it. So it's like you'll go on to like potentially chapter 2 if this is like all of chapter 1 possibly. But I don't know, because I did see that Yukia19 right now she's streaming, and go check out her channel. I love her, definitely one of my closest friends on Twitch. But yeah, I saw that she's currently streaming it right now. Hopefully everything goes well over there. And yeah, but before we go ahead and continue with the story, I actually want to try seeing how to actually use this Coralie. Again, I'm not going to roll for her because y'all know how difficult the odds are in getting an S rank Valkyrie in this game. Because again, they didn't really have like 50-50 odds and stuff like that. And so I'm just trying to save until like there's one that's like I really, really want. You feel me? Because I did the same thing when I ended up pulling the Helia New Valkyrie Battlesuit, and I love it. And not to say that this one isn't great, like aesthetically it looks cool, but it's like I just pulled one after saving for so long. I don't know if now's the time to risk it all for that again. So yeah, we gotta test this out because we did get to test it out a bit in the main story, but not so much that it's like I really understood how to use her. I was just kind of like randomly pressing buttons as I go. If I'm being completely honest. Alright, so let's see. Behold, Fate-Defying Dragon is a mech-type fire damage character who wields a rocket hammer and can inflict massive ignite trauma on enemies. Most of Behold, Fate-Defying Dragon's damage counts as ignite damage, not melee or range. Okay. I mean, I kind of figured as much. But it's a mech-type this time. Is it because this is like a virtual thing? Whatever. The basic attack consists of 4 sequences. Each hit of basic damage inflicts ignite trauma. Okay, so that's the normal combo I've been doing. Tap weapon and Behold Fate-Defying Dragon will rapidly swipe the Dragon Claws to deal fire damage and apply ignite trauma. Yeah, I did notice that. Basic attack sequence 4 hits. Quickly tap weapon to unleash rampant Dragon Claws, dealing fire damage, applying ignite trauma. Restore a stack of guzzled flame. Oh, okay, because I think I just kept doing like I did B first and then I did the basic combo. Oh no, yeah. Oh, I see. So once she swipes downward, that's when I have to press B. Okay. When you have Guzzled Flames, tap ult to consume Guzzled Flames and continuously release Dragon Torrent, dealing fire damage and applying Nitron.
とっておきを見せるね。滅べ。で、どこに行くの？
Alright. There we go. Ah, I see. So that's a chain I can go with. Alright.
私たちの勝ち。
So that's the first combo sequence I can go with.
もっとクールにしようかな。
Alright, not bad. Looking simple so far. Compared to a lot of other times where it's like I had to remember a lot more things. Oh, okay, this one probably could be like QTEs now, right? Yep.
やっぱり僕が必要なんだね。
Alright, Fate-Defying Dragon's QTE activates when enemies are time slowed or when teammates use weapon skills or ultimates. Use Lone Planet Fairy's weapon skill. Oh, interesting. So only does it when those kinds of actions happen. At this moment you can use Behold Fate-Defying Dragon QTC to define damage applying Tron. Then once that lands, tap weapon. Evasion.
わかった。今行くよ。
It causes global time fraction. I mean, yeah, doesn't most dodges do that? So it's like, what's the difference? Now it's protected by Rite of Oblivion. Upon activating Stellar Outburst, she will unleash Stellar Assault to deal fire damage. Tap stacking increases to 3. Yeah, I do remember that.
派手に暴れようか。ガオーって言うべき。
Yeah, I see. So it's taking 1/3 of the bar down there. As the leader during Stellar Outburst, her first entry is accompanied by Dragon Breath Onslaught. During this time, hold the special button to keep increasing the level of Dragon Breath Onslaught. If Dragon Breath Onslaught ends, she regains 1 stack and becomes temporarily able to connect it into basic sequence 3. Quickly tap weapon after landing sequence 4 to unleash that. Okay, she's just doing that herself. I wasn't actually doing it. Now for Dragon Torrent again. Oh, hold it. During Dragon Torrent, if she has Guzzled Flame stacks, hold the special button to keep increasing the level of Dragon Torrent. Reaching the highest level, it will change to Blaze of Undying. Oh. Oh. I see. Because I was gonna say, it's like, it didn't really feel much like an ultimate, because usually it gives them, like, their own little scene after. I see. So that's where that comes in. I see. After unleashing ultimate, she exits Stellar Outburst and recovers 25% of remaining Astral Ring duration as Astral Ring intensity. Ah, I see. Let me actually give it a try again.
どこに行くの？ ちょっと痛いよ。やっ。私の番だよ。一網打尽。を見せるね。滅べ。捕まえた。それ。やっ。観念して。消え去れ。よけてね。それ。ちょっと痛いよ。やっ。 に暴れようか。拍手はいらないよ。こっちだよ。火を砕き天にキス。それちょっと痛いよ。ちゃんとついてきてね。ついてきて。これからが僕のお箱だ。
Alright. I have a better understanding of how that works now. So I can only do that true ultimate when I have my Astral Ring activated. I can't have that option. Because again, in the case of the normal state, I'll only have that one charge. But in Astral Ring formation, I will have all three. I see. Gotcha. I was kind of wondering about that. Alright, now see how it pairs with these two.
悪竜降臨。
Now for team synergy. First, switch in Lone Planetfarer, enter enhanced state, cast weapon skill, connect enhanced attack sequence 3 and 4, followed by. Oh my god, that's a lot of information.
やっぱり僕がこれが星空を一人で踏むもの。切り札を星を折
Just
って
attack,
安らかに眠れ。すべては僕の手の中に。
do this,
全知の羽は
and the ult again.
空を引き裂く。
Or I mean, complete the ult. Then switch the planar armament warped spacetime via QTE. Yeah, means ult, which consumes stellar drain and restores astral ring intent.
戦場に戻るよ。
I see.
防げないよ。
So get it charged. Finally, switch in Behold Fate Defying Dragon via QTE and unleash Rampant Dragon Claws. Recover 1 second because of flames and unleash ult.
3。とっておきを見せるね。滅べ。
Gotcha. So switch, combo, ult, switch, combo, ult.
で、どこに行くんせい。やっ。観念して。消え去れ。それ。ちょっと痛いよ。スタージャンパー、パワー全開。せい。怒らないでね。すべては僕の手の中に。星とともに。
Ult.
失われた世界に沈むがいい。
Then switch planet turn.
結構痛いよ。私の番だよ。一網だ。派手に暴
Then
れよう
connect
か。
it.
クールでしょ。こっちだよ。でをくらえ。栄光の炎だ。急をなす。早く来て。僕と一緒なら
Alright, now I see how you
退屈
connected
さ
with
せないよ。
that.
おや、つい本気を出しちゃったかな。
Yeah, this team definitely seems more flexible. Or not flexible, but pretty direct to use. Again, maybe that was the case for other teams, but it's like I'm definitely noticing that here. Which isn't really so much of a problem for me, because I'm not saying I'm definitely pro at playing this game. Like, I don't get high tier scores or anything, but it's good to know if I ever have this whole team, considering I do at least have 2 of the members. Alright, now how does the first work here? Let's see. After entering Stellar Outpost, behold Fate Defying Dragon really use, and then that.
派手に暴れようか。
Oh, okay, so this is the one where you start off. Okay.
楽しかっ
I
た。
guess they switched the planar armament.
宇宙。
Oh no, I'm guessing it's gonna make me get the ult first.
こっちだよ。
Yeah, it's gonna make me do the true ult first. During Dragon Torrent, if she has Guzzle Flame stacks, hold the special one. Yeah. Finishing it will chain to blaze and die into a massive fire. Got that already. Yo, Yuki, welcome. Shout out to all the people from her raid. Hope you all had a great stream. I know Yuki definitely had fun going back to another Trails game after a while. Hope that stream went well. I literally just saw that she was streaming. I'm like, ah, damn. Wish I was awake earlier that I could have seen the start of the stream. Because I think she was streaming at like 11 a.m. my time. It's like 1:43 p.m. at my time, so like just 2 hours ago. Unfortunately, I was actually making breakfast and I always had to watch out because sometimes I burn the pancakes when I make them. Because I always had to pay close attention to it, so but you cannot pay attention to it. But I hope the stream went well, especially since it's the demo version of Trails in Sky First Chapter Remake. Oh, okay, so now we're gonna see what happens if you have Kiana in the party. Okay, I see you. Okay, this time we're starting with the planar armor. Icon cannot move in time frozen domains, so what you're seeing has been slightly tweaked and Astral Ring will last longer. First, activate Stellar Outburst as planar armament, warp space-time, then mash ult. When Scorch is full, hold attack before combo attack. Okay. Set to perform the ult. There we go. Okay, perform the ult. After Budum Fiery Wishing Star enters via QTE, tap weapon, then perform special weapon skill, then use that. Okay, so weapon skill and ult. Probably switch after that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, switch to Fate Defying Dragon. Rampant Claws, got it. Oh, I see. This time he oh yeah, because she would only gain the second charge because she always gains the first upon QTE entrance. I got it. Because I was like, but wait, you can't perform the full ult in that case. And that's not the point. Okay. Oh, okay. Now switch in planar armament warped space-time via QTE, then mash ult. Scorch's full hold attack to perform combo attack and link connect to Link ultimate to finish the attack routine. Oh yes, because I didn't use the full ult attack. Yeah, now we do it. There we go. I see. Okay. It's definitely not gonna be that simple. I do want to try it. Okay, now switching Kiana, weapon skill, ult. Switching this. Oh wait, I messed up. I have to put this first, right? Yeah, I do. There we go. Okay. Hey Yuki! Welcome! Hope you had a great stream. I was like, oh sweet, Yuki with another stream? What's going on there? And then I see you're doing Trails in the Sky remake. I'm like, yo! Elite! Let's see you back on Trails. Okay, now heavy. And now the ult. There we go. Okay. Got it. It was fun. It's just like Daybreak. Yeah, because I saw it's like, it's not necessarily like completely like different kind of action like people were expecting. It's just pretty similar to Daybreak. And I actually am fine with how it does it. It's not just plain turn-based game. But yeah, Yuki, question: is it actually just like the first chapter of the game or the prologue of the game for the demo? And second, is it also free? Because, like I said, I want to probably stream it if it's like I can just start it now and then when it actually releases, I can just continue on from where we left off. Is that how that works? It's not to say I'm taking the spotlight or anything, but because I also want to give it a try before I buy the actual copy, you know? Alright, not gonna lie, this team is actually pretty good. But again, I don't think I would have enough to actually pull for her that much. Alright, I have 6 pulls. Okay, so let's say for example I do 6. Then I think it was like 1400. I'd be at like 50 something by that point, so I'm probably better off just saving for now. And then again, I would probably wait to see who the next Valkyrie would be before I even think about it, because like maybe there's someone who comes out later who's better that I would actually be interested in. I don't know. Plus, it's not like these tickets would run out anytime soon anyway. I could just reuse them for other characters later. It is free. Not sure. Yet still in the prologue. Oh, okay. So it is just the beginning of the game. It's not just like a mishmash of like a couple of chapters or something like that. I know that isn't usually how demos work, but I've never played an actual demo before, so I just wanted to make sure. But that's cool. But yeah, Yuki, what's your first impression compared to, let's say, how the initial Trails in the Sky, the OG one, in your opinion? Like, does it still feel kind of the same? Does it feel a bit too detached? I just want to know from your perspective, since you've been a part of the Trails community for a while as well. Alright, so now let's go ahead and continue with the main mission. Alright, so now we have Entropy going back, right? So we can just skip this dialogue. Yeah. Yeah, went through this. Oh, right, it does give synopsis now. Departure Teresa offered the 3 Vanguard members a few final words of advice. The 3 secret preoccupied. The secret admitted, but asked to explain only after entering the system.
Yoshi! セクターの座標が確認できたよ。
Ah, boy, I can never trust Vita.
この女を信用する気は全くないけど。
Seriously, I swear she's gonna like throw me to the edge of the universe.
あなたたちの計画がうまくいきますように。うまくいくさ。僕はいつも運がいいからね。可愛い主教様、回りくどい気遣いをありがとう。僕感動しちゃったよ。
Yuki's so pretty, it feels like we lived my childhood. Good to be back for Son Joshua. Yeah, true. Oh, by the way, I didn't actually hear what your gameplay was, so were you playing it in like English dub or were you playing JP dub? Just out of curiosity is all. Just want to know what people are going with, because personally, I would just go with JP dub, because I'm hoping like even though Estelle and Joshua's VAs will be different, a lot of the other ones will hopefully still be the same, so hoping his JP dub, of course, respect. Because again, no disrespect to the English dub, it's probably good, but it's like, I want to see how the game feels with different VAs for Estelle and Joshua on the JP. It's like, really? You had to put new ones? I mean, who knows, maybe these guys are actually pretty good, but it's like at the same time, it's like, you have most of the cast, why couldn't you have the whole cast? Especially since, I think if I remember, Estelle's VA said, what was it, on Twitter or something? That they would have loved to come back for it, but they weren't cast into it, and I'm like, really? It's like, I want the authentic Estelle. I want to hear how she is in these kind of like emotional scenes. Like how she was in Trails from Zero. That was pretty good. Like with the whole thing with her and Ren and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is great to see Estelle and Joshua back, but it's like, it feels so weird because it's like, I literally just finished Trails in the Sky 3rd, like, what, a couple weeks ago? And then it's like, I'm going back to the same story, but again, I guess it will be a completely different feel because, 1, there will be voice acting, 2, the playstyle has evolved, well, at least to be modernized, which isn't really a problem for me, but it's like, true, it does feel Well, if anything, I feel like it's nice because now I have the nostalgia from playing the original, and then I'll be like, oh, I wonder how much cooler it's gonna be because they've modernized probably the greatest story out of all the Trails games. Yeah, that's why it's like I'm kind of conflicted. But again, I'll just have to see. Couldn't hear anything. Only numbers flashed through your mind. Usually, you would first hear the street vendors' calls or some familiar whispers. But now, it was too quiet. So quiet that it only spurred anxiety. Not this weird-ass place again. I swear, I always have to go through here before I get to the place I need to be.
データの海。時空の歪みと座標のズレも計画のうち。
Will you stream Twitch, buddy? I would love to watch you play it too. I mean, since the demo's free, I'll definitely play it. When I would do it is the question. I'd probably do it sometime this following week then. Like on, I'll see if I can do it Monday or Tuesday. It depends. Because later today I'm going to be doing my usual Punishing Grey Raven stream. And tomorrow I'm still doing my East 9 Monster Knock stream. So it'll probably be in the following days after. Because again, the demo, and it's still not too long before the actual game releases. Surprisingly, the game actually releases 2 days, or is it 3 days, after my birthday. So, gonna be very interesting. I'm actually also planning on doing a birthday stream, surprisingly. Because the thing is, I usually don't do that. Mainly because I usually go out with my family and stuff. But the thing is, almost everyone will be out of the house for a good portion of the day. So it's like, shit. Can't really celebrate my birthday normally. So, I'm actually thinking, like, probably just doing a birthday stream where it's like, I'm just playing random ass games just for fun, you know? Like, who knows? Maybe I'll, like, what's it called? I'll go back to old games to, like, just do some arcade fighting, like on Under Night or Melty Blood or other stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of still trying to think about how I would have that work. Because we actually decided that we'll celebrate my birthday later. Like, on the weekend of my birthday. Just because, again, we would all be free then. So, I might actually just do a stream on my birthday to actually, just change things up for myself, you know? But anyway, regarding, Trails in the Sky, remake, I will stream the demo sometime this following week. That I can guarantee.
Peter? Peter?
Nah, come on. Vita's probably just playing with us, right? She probably can't communicate with us, but she's trying to make us go on our own.
やっぱりそう簡単にはいかないな。
I mean, we've been through so many cycles already, it never goes smoothly.
どうやらこの状況は予想済みだったみたいだね。ついでに忠告だけど、夢追い人、協力者は慎重に選んだ方がいいよ。
Yeah, I mean, come on. Really? We had to partner up with Vita? I mean, to be fair, I guess Entropy's just desperate, and I guess the assurance that Vita was with her from the beginning makes her more reliant on Vita, which is understandable to an extent, but as a player, it's like, come on. How many times has Vita, like, hid good parts of the truth from us? It's less about lying and more like how much she's concealed.
ごめん、さっきは全部話せなくて。今から私の知る計画のすべてを話すよ。
And also, isn't it more dangerous to talk about the plan inside the program? Because that would mean Layla's watching, right? If we're out in the real world on the moon, then Layla wouldn't be able to listen in on us about the plan, about how to stop her.
最後の出撃？それってどういう意味？
ビタがレイラの本体を権限させた時のことを覚えてる？あの時ビタは典型の目でレイラに印を残してこっそりシステムをハッキングしたんだって。
Right, when she let her giant mech attack the entire program.
すぐレイラに気づかれて遮断されちゃったらしいんだけど、得られた情報を元にしてビタはセクターの構造を大まかに再現することに成功したの。
Right.
そこでビタは出撃システムをいじってチートみたいな方法で一時的に全セクターのアクセス権限を解放したんだ。そして私たちはこれから 最初のセクターに向かうの。
Oh, the first second that we keep talking about.
このままレイラのシナリオ通りに進んでも振り回されるだけだし、前回みたいに危険な目に遭うかもしれないから、いっそのこと奇襲する、そういうこと？
Right, and especially because she's sealed now, it would be our only chance.
つまりチュートリアルをスキップするんだ。任せて。バグを使って初心者の村から最終決戦の地である魔王城まで一気に突っ込むのは得意だよ。もちろんその後ブローニャ先生にめちゃくちゃ怒られたけどね。私のことをキアナ先生の次に厄介なプレイヤーだって言って重装ウサギと一緒に1週間もサーバーを修復してたよ。
でも多くのセクターを一気に飛ばして大丈夫なの？
時を遡る者にとってタイミングはそれほど重要じゃない。大事なのはどんな記憶を持って向かうかだよ。それが時間を再構築する鍵なんだってビタが言ってた。
Ah, okay. Right. Okay. Now I see why she couldn't explain it in the real world. Because this is a path unlocked by Vita, right? And there's no guarantee that it's like there won't be any errors that happen or any bugs in the program or a self-defense mechanism Layla put in the event that she was to temporarily be unable to focus on the system entirely, right? And again, it's Vita, so it's like it's not a surefire way, but since it's a cheat way, there probably are a good amount of risks, heavy risks, doing it this way. And if we told everybody else, they would definitely disagree with this. Like, no doubt. Teresa, definitely. Durandal, definitely. May and Bronya, definitely. Zayla, oh yeah, she dared Vita a new one, so I definitely see why Vita told her to keep it a secret. But it's like, still, it's like, doesn't this make it a problem since, again, Layla could at least hear in? Because we have no guarantee that, like, her being sealed means, like, she's, like, completely, like, comatose, right? Because it could just mean, like, only physically she is sealed, or only a part of her power is sealed. It's like, we don't have any true confirmation on it. That's why I'm kind of worried about that.
最初のセクターをクリアして落星の歴史の根源にたどり着けば全ての謎を解いてキアナを目覚めさせることができるかもしれない。私の故郷も救われる。
なるほど。確かに量子コンピューターの最高権限者にこんな危険な計画がバレたら大変だよね。だからみんなに知らせない必要があったんだ。
またあの女にはめられた。それでビタは運よくレイラに捕まらずに済んだら最初のセクターの方向を示してくれるって言ってたけど、つまり貧乏くじを引いたってわけか。自分で道を探すしかないんでしょ。こんなチャンスはもう二度と来ない。時間がないってビタから聞いたんだけど本当の理由を教えてくれなくて。とは言っても神にとって時間がないって意味だったから私たちにはそれなりの余裕があるはずだよ。少なくとも彼女はそう言ってた。
Still have latitude. What does that mean? Maybe it means like time is running out, but that doesn't mean our options are? Nah, but that'd be too simple. Or maybe that even if time is running out, that doesn't mean like the path to succeeding has completely closed because we have so many people with us that are taking part in this mission.
落とし前をつけるのはまた今度にしよう。今の力場はすごく不安定だから急いでここから離れないと。あれは
ほほう、怪しいくらいに目立つ裂け目だね。ひとまずあそこへ向かおう。他の手がかりもなさそうだし。
Oh, Becca's Corley.
見て。
Why? Oh, just a crack again. Okay. Oh, it's the anchor on OSHA.
オーカが本当の最初のセクターだったんだ。
あの頃はまだ英才のことも知らなかったな。
もう少しだけ見てみよう。もう二度と行けなくなるかもしれないからね。
You gazed around the sector. Time and Osha had already frozen with your departure. Weisha was patrolling as usual, about to step into a puddle. Otu was still sat on the bench, peddling his exclusive intel. Jujian stood in front of the furniture store, his eyes betraying unrelenting fatigue, perhaps pondering how to pay off his 126-year mortgage. Usa spotted Gingerway. She had candy in her hand as she fed a lost little girl out through the door of the Civic Center. As one of the words, "Don't be afraid." People from all walks of life stood motionless on the streets, like memory fragments frozen in time. You once helped them escape the sea of Data's corruption, but that had merely been a simulated moment in time. Now you want to change even more.
武器を手にしたら鳥肌が立ってきた。最初からスーパーレッドドラゴン形態で戦えたらいいのに。
She just wants to
ネー
be
ミングセンスなんとかできない？
She just wants to be Demon Lord Coralie all the damn time. Alright, let's check out Lingju. This path led to Lingju. On this island of falsehoods, Songwei and Baiji still wore smiles on their faces, though one's hand was suspended in midair while the other could see nothing but the sunset. Looked toward Amber Street. This woman saw variety of lemon and serapium were still unaware of Zongwei's resurrection, each of them lost in their own thoughts, imagining a future without her. This is where you met the Seven Shoes. You tested and guarded each other, or against each other, for the impending disaster and struggled through those perilous times together. Now the amorphous face had vanished into nothingness, and the will of shadow had ceased to exist. Amidst the bustle and the sounds of laughter, hearts that had once shattered or wandered in fear finally found their long-awaited peace. This was how Amber Street should be. Beyond this busy stream, this unfinished dream-seeking journey silhouetted your next step. Dawn had yet to break, but the tower was already visible. Growing more frozen in time was like a lengthy tale ending in ellipses. It was overflowing with agony, sorrow, and regret. But you believed that the next person who picked up the pen had hope, the next story would surely have a better ending. The girl who had tightly gripped the pendant had already proven this point to you through her actions. Ah, damn it. I can't triple jump, can I? Am I stuck here? Oh god, don't tell me I'm actually stuck here. Never mind, I'm good. What the hell is this? Sea of Rock Blossom? Shanhu? Oh, wrong button. My bad. This was a life you had never seen before. Massive rock walls spread their arms wide, racing shadows descending from the sky. Clear streams flew from the crevices of the rocky cliffs into the sea. Cargo compartments swished past along the railway, endlessly weaving through the stone flower blossom. A girl wearing a beret sat at the front of the cargo compartment. She waved her arm to the plaid tie loosely wrapped around it. Didn't seem bothered by it, as she hardly devoured what appeared to be a block of salt. Several girls who looked just like her timidly hid behind a rock wall. Seeing her leave, they took small hammers from their tool belts and began tapping the rock wall. She looked down the center of the stone flower's pistol, spotted a shadow creeping toward the brink to the river under her taps. What the heck is this supposed to be about? This is about a Shanju. Maybe this was like a Senna's old homeworld or something? I honestly don't even know. Or maybe where Naralob came from? Pivotal to Alicia. Pointed houses were arranged haphazardly around a bottomless pit. A woman emerged from the whirlpool in the pit and approached the shore. A thread extending from the bottom of the water was tied to her ankle, fin like wings adorned her elbows. More and more people swam ashore. Some carried seagull-like beings in their bags, while others held bamboo baskets filled with clouds. That woman, they were all guided by strange threads and grew varying swimming fins. Children poured out of the houses, eagerly unloading the prey from the returning hunters. Though the heaviest one was several times their size, they happily carried it to the round disc carved with the sun. He says that some force lurked in the pit, existence similar to the Pool of Shadows. Or maybe these are like places on other planets going through disasters similar to ours? To the one in Mars?
あそこだ。待って、何かが近づいてきた。
Oh, it's that new enemy that was teased at the trailer, right?
おお、
Yep.
ナイスタイミング。これは
座標がずれたみたいだ。私たちはデータの海の反対側に転送されてる。
ほほう。それなら今やるべきことは即戦即決。待ってコラリー。
好きにさせてあげなよ。夢追い人、あっちに行こう。
その通り。怪獣相手なら一騎打ちが好きなんだ。はあ。忘れてたよ。こいつ正面からだと突破しづらいって有名だったね。もちろんそれも私に遭遇する前のこと。
Oh, I see. It follows the same like system as that one mech that's like it's like a white and light blue, but then when it starts to get serious and on the offensive, it turns red. It starts to go, like move fast, right? I see. So that's what that shielding thing is.
やっぱり大魔王様には一撃必殺がふさわしい。悪竜の力捕まらないよ。それこれをくら派手に暴れようか。クールでしょう。私の番だよ。はあ、一網打尽。もうこっちだよ。
Damn it. Yes, I know. People are gonna criticize me. I know. I missed the combo. I missed being able to do the ult because I accidentally pressed A instead of B to use the weapon skill when I was supposed to. Still something I gotta get used to. Oh yeah, the field did change. Or I mean the map. City Cloud and Meyer, Honkai. This place was embraced by rocks. A cable car rushed past and stopped in front of a shop on a cliff, from which several girls skipped out. He tossed down a dozen or so coins, grabbed a bag of lion-shaped wooden carvings for the shop, and ran toward the steep stairs nearby. The winding stone steps lined with lively storefronts led to the city at the mountaintop. It seemed to come from different regions, clothing a jumbled mix, worn and tattered. Yet they kept waving eagerly, hoping the girls would stop to browse. Shopkeeper stole a display of mining tools, accidentally pulled off a girl's cloak, then recoiled in fear. Beneath the cloak were exposed mechanical arms, with black gems embedded in turning gears. Intermittently, these arms emitted wisps of steam. He spotted strange markings on the girl's profile, identical to the patterns carved on the city's outer walls. Well-fermented traces of shadows. Or maybe it's showing other places that the shadows affect, and it's like, it's not only here in Mars, or not only in Luojing and Ruima and Rosha. Tanjian. See a weed bowed in the wind, revealing two young girls holding drills. One of them had goggles on. Love how to spell goggles wrong, it's Googles. He was contentedly cutting down an orange-red crystal before. The fragments fell into a cylindrical storage container. The other girl crouched down and pressed her palms together in prayer. Fragments then transformed into what appeared to be breadcrumbs and minced meat. Distant mounds, there were many such crystals. People busily worked in pairs before each one. Every time a piece was ground off, water-like fluid would ripple out for the gap, pushing onto the smooth surfaces of those people's boots. You took another look, the crystal restored itself to its initial state. You noticed a distinct dark purple ring at the base of the crystals, as if they had been scorched by shadow. Even the edges of the mountain ridge shared this coloration. However, upon closer inspection, you realize it was the dark mass of shadow monsters lurking behind. They seemed to be barricaded by a barrier, even as they persistently tried to intrude upon human territory. Maybe it is just other places the shadows are affecting. Ah, it is. There are sectors.
セクターを使って私に何を知らせようとしてるの?
Cage Island Wuja. The floating island rose from a vortex. Threads connected it to the other islands that bore marks, forming a colossal half-visible net that loomed over this region. Clouds looked like they were stretched flatly across a grid. Down came drops of rain. A woman with a short pistol at her waist stood at the bow of a boat. She sailed toward the island with her fleet. She moved her hood, revealing her wet bandages on her neck. Then she picked up several large fish and threw them into the shadow cast on the sea by a floating island. The sea surface instantly bubbled as a steaming shadow monster emerged, causing the floating island above to quiver. The shadow monster gulped down the large fish before sinking back into the ocean, to the sea. The woman's stern inspection relaxed. She loosened her grip on her pistol. Suddenly you sensed something was watching you. Was it those mountains? No, they look like more the skeleton of a giant beast. Oh, my bad. Yin song, cradle of the mirror. You got outside of a strange area. Snowflakes did not fall from the sky. Instead, they rose from the frozen plain and transformed to countless stars in the night sky. Only a few snowflakes fell back in the frozen lake and filled the long, narrow crack in it. The tower-like structure, resembling a divine spire, was reflected in the lake. Under the ice, people had built a vast city around the reflection. Spotted taverns, bridges, many other snowy-covered buildings, and people bustling about. Stark contrast to the desolation on the icy surface. A group of people in white robes descended some stairs and approached the crack in the ice. Ripples surround them as they passed cut ice blocks up through the surface. The ice, dozens of shadow monsters swarmed out of the tower and eagerly received the ice blocks to repair the damaged divine spire. At this moment, a shadow monster dragged a young girl closer to the surface of the ice, steps causing a thin crack in it. You saw several globs of shadows dripping from the shadow monster's mouth.
集中して夢追い人。
やっぱりこうなった代わってコラリーあげる
この程度の怪物相手に帯同しに本気を出す必要なんてある？
あんたは少し休んでてやっやっ逃げるなあんたの番私のそろった防げないよ
Oh, Caldera of Gold, Regu. As far as you could see, a tiny frozen lake was surrounded by countless volcanoes. The town was laid out like a spider web around the lake. It was dotted with shops selling ice. However, the shop owners all appeared to be shadow monsters of varying forms. It seemed to be a festival ongoing with everyone wearing bizarre masks. A girl carrying apples made her way through the bustling crowd and traffic. Kept stepping on the long cape dripping over her left shoulder. She had to keep it off the ground by binding on it as she stumbled toward a small volcanic crater. Shadow Monster stood at the volcano's crater. With its extremely long arms, it stirred something in the magma while a long line of people waited behind it. When it was the girl's turn, the shadow monster tossed all the apples she handed over into the magma. Shortly after, he scooped out some gold and handed it to her. Oh, I see. So it's that same kind of equivalent exchange that I did before, right? Like, people had to give their fears and such in order to be able to survive, right? That's the same thing that Zongui was doing over in Luoxing. Only then did you notice the black marks on the girl's shoulders. She received the gold, they became exceedingly prominent. More like transforming into a shadow yourself because you're accepting the devil's gifts. Gate of Pax Mohan. A tall and dilapidated gate, an endless desert, and a small puddle that resembled the pool of shadows. People emerged from their homes, each carrying an oil lantern. Sat around the puddle, removed their shawls, smoothed out their flowing robes, and started chanting devoutly. Fireflies rested on the gate as a long procession of humans and shadow monsters emerged. Long-haired women led the way, followed by shadow monsters and warriors pulling dozens of empty carriages. They passed by puddles of water, she would pause to look at them. Another group of people transporting stone bricks approached from the opposite direction. Two leaders exchanged strange hand gestures as they passed by each other. So you noticed a young girl at the back of the line removing the bell from her ankle. She then sneaked toward to the gate while the leader wasn't looking. She peeled off a pink petal from the stone wall, its edge still tinged with a dark purple shadow. But the second the pattern on the door flickered into darkness. Damn, what is it with all these misspellings? I gotta say, it's so unusual to see that many misspellings here. What, did they not do a script check before they put it in the game?
Masaka, 本当に多くのセクターを飛ばせるなんて。
These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Oh no, we skipped 11. Now we're on 12.
散らばった時間のかけらは落星の記憶。そして彼女が定めてくれた道。この道はあなたはどんな思いで歩き切ったの、レイラ。行こう。
大丈夫、夢追い人。さっきは随分動揺してたみたいだけど。
ビタの話が本当なら、私が現実と夢の狭間に入ると、コラリーとエリアは時が止まったような状態になる。最後の扉を開けるかどうかは私次第だ。この落ち着かない感覚。力場が完全に乱れてる。急いで。大丈夫、もう一回。一体何が起きてるの？ピタ！
place where time stands still, the liminal space between reality and dreams.
楽しんでもらえた。みんなが大好きな神様、レイラちゃん。驚いたよ。生身で私の前に現れるなんて。自分を守ることを最優先にしてるんじゃなかったの？ふん。でもそんなのはもうどうでもいい。彼女に何を言ったの？言ってる言葉の意味がわからないな。彼女って誰のこと？ここには僕しかいないよ。大事なお友達を家で休ませたくないなら、僕はここから離れてもいいけどね。あなたの偽善にはもう飽きたよ。彼女のために余計なことをしないで。汚いネズミに落星の歴史を汚されたくはないの。悲しいね。僕は君のために体がボロボロになるまで頑張ってきたのに、心からの慰めすらもらえないなんて。何せ君のことだからね。てっきり親御さんから礼儀というものを教わったかと思っていたよ。僕にそんな相手はいなかったけど、敬愛なる神様、君のもう一人の神に対する感情がすごーく羨ましいよ。生まれたばかりの赤ちゃんしか持たないような特別な依存心。ああ、そうだった。彼女はもう死んだんだったね。ビタ！ビタ！夢追い人。
Witness with your own eyes the gods' fall, then the gods' descent. Even Vita's warning, you weren't ready for this.
体が動かない。ここはあなたが来るべき場所じゃない。神に逆らう。それがあなたの選択なの。分かってるはずだよ。あなたには初めから選択肢なんてなかった。ビタ、本当にやるの？おや？今さらおじけづくなんて君らしくないね。違うの。ただ成功するかどうかはともかく、レイラはきっとあなたを許さない。おや、僕のことが心配なのかな？安心して、僕も命は惜しいからね。大丈夫だよ。それより僕が教えたコツは覚えた？経験者の僕はこういうことに慣れているんだ。
Skills: obey the wills of God, be a good child, and steer your voice carefully. These strange phrases flooded your mind, leaving you in confusion. What skills are these supposed to be?
正直あなたの計画はおとぎ話のように聞こえるけど、かけてみたい。 子だね。計画が始まったら臨機応変に対応して。ただ一つだけ気になるんだ、夢追い人。
Why are your hands shaking?
ここ
気がついたみたい。
レイラ、
あなたは記憶の声を聞いて目覚めた。
ここはどこ？一旦落ち着こう。おかしい、さっきから思考をコントロールできない。
あなたは目の前の異変に気づき、先へ進むと決めた。
臨機応変に対応するしかないね。
消えた記憶の歯車はまた回り出す。あなたは過去を思い出した。彼を助けるの？あなたはためらうような目で彼を見ながら、ただの死だと思った。
違う、見殺しにはしない。
子供の泣き声がする。でも
お願いだ、助けてくれ。
きっと間に合う。
罪のない人々を深淵へと落とす。
違う、まさか私の記憶をいじってるの？
二人目を助ける時間はない。
I mean, it doesn't really matter which one. I couldn't really figure out which one.
どうして？
Wait, was it always gonna end like that, or you don't even know?
あなたに選ばれなかった人は完全に消え去る。
Obviously.
彼らの命はおもちゃじゃない。私、どうして手が震えるの？
あなたは彼らの運命に干渉し殺した。
違う、これは私の記憶じゃない。体が重い。止まるわけには。
あなたは力とあってはならない欲望を手に入れた。
ここで倒れるわけには。
本来なら彼ら自身が支配できたはずの運命をあなたは奪い取った。
だからこそ私が助ける。
これがあなたが見るべき絶望。綺麗事で飾られてるのは無力なあなた。彼らの運命にとってあなたは無関係でどうでもいい存在。
来ないで。大丈夫、助けに。
どうでもいい命をどうすべきなのかは分かってるよね。もっとも答えを出すべき人はあなたじゃない。
小弱、うちはどうしたらいいの？そんな二人とも助けたい。でもこんなのうちじゃ無理だよ。
ああ、誰かが捨てられちゃう。
さっきの老朽の子、 うちと一緒にお菓子を買ったこともあった。うちもその子の家族に助けられたんだ。許してもらえないよね。でももしうちもあんたと一緒にお菓子を買ってたら、あんたのことを覚えてたら。
Yeah, I mean, I forgive you, Songway. Because, I mean, again, it will just most likely be just Layla fucking with us. Because she's done it before. This isn't the first time. Why are we even trying to listen to what she's saying? Because seriously, it's like, she's already tried to screw us over with our mind. She isn't above doing this. And again, there's no reason to say that this is the actual Zongwei that we know. It could just be an overwritten one that's like, has no memories from the beginning.
私のことは覚えてたらか。大丈夫。何度も経験してきたから。
Then again, I guess she's just trying to break her down to the point where it's like, why even save these people if they wouldn't do the same for you?
彼女たちは大切なつながりを捨てたくないと言いながら、あなたとの絆を忘れてしまった。あなたが守りたかったのはこんな命だよ。集中して夢追い人。コラリ、違う。
夢追い人。
エリア、
私は一人しか救えなかった。彼女は私の目の前に、今度こそ目の前にいたんだ。手を伸ばせば届く距離に。
I mean, hey, considering what we saw in Helia's character arc, I wouldn't blame her. Like, seriously, it's like, why are they making this such the obvious thing when it's like, we know who they actually would choose? Like, come on, I get that Entropy's saving the planet, but it's like, again, just having these years of experience and being together with these people, obviously you know who they would choose at the end of the day. That's just, that's how it is. It's unfair at points, but that's sometimes how life is.
大丈夫。私はあなたにもう一度コラリを失わせたり。まるで家族みたいだね。ん？悪くない返事だ。あなたにも役立つ記憶があるんだね。苦労して彼女たちを危険から遠ざけたとしても滑稽な自己満足に過ぎない。誰もあなたを選ばないの。天秤の上に身を置けばその価値のなさに気づく。
But that's the same for anyone. That's not to say like specifically her. Like seriously, put anyone else in the same situation. They would obviously pick those kinds of answers.
夢追い人。
Like, it's too obvious.
大丈夫ですよ。今助けますから。
待って、ブローニャちゃん。さっきの瞬間、キアナちゃんからの信号が弱まったの。
そんな、どうして夢追い人に近づくと。
ブローニャ？
だからキアナのメッセージを拾えなかったんですか？
そう、拾えたはずなのに、どうして？あなたが現れたから地球の神は眠りに落ちた。あなたが選んだから金星のネズミは窮地に陥った。
I know what they're gonna try to make me do.
彼女たちに
Yeah, I mean,
あなたは
come
必要ない。
on. We all know this is what they were trying to play at. I'm not stupid. They want me to go there. Like, really?
何をしても孤独な運命からは逃れられない。あなたの願いも選択も行動のすべても意味がない。あの予知夢、そして七術が死んだ理由をどうして忘れたの？あなたにとって耐えきれない記憶だからだよ。無双の僧と共鳴し、凶楽を支配によって死なせた元凶は核でも覇気でもない。あなた。死者の意識の影を操り、結合を信者の哀悼の中で逆さづりになる結末まで追い込んだのもあなた。覇気だって仲間を傷つけたことはなかった。あなたが呼び寄せた無限の影と戦うために力尽きて死んだ。そしてあの犬もあなたの罪を暴き、あなたを元の道に戻したかったの。なのにあなたは独りよがりに影が世界を救えると信じ込み、そのために白球とあの犬を排除した。最後に核の正体を知り、権能を暴走させ老朽を滅ぼしたのもあなた。これがあなたの予知夢。間違った時間の分岐、歩むべきじゃない道だよ。あなたはそのせいで落星に必要とされる錯覚に溺れた。でもあなたは所詮時を動かす歯車に過ぎない。結末を変えることもできなかった。小弱は結局類似の義をなしてネズミたちも力を盗み取った代償を払った。全てが数億年前と同じだよ。セナディアのアストラルリングによって老朽に行動の天罰が下された結果、小弱は栄誕から蘇った。水木が夜明けを迎えられたのも彼女のアストラルリングが導いてくれたから。時間を動かすのはいつだってセナディアが残してくれた光なの。あの者たちの命も町の運命も解決策はとっくに決まってた。あなたに出過ぎた真似をする資格なんてない。進むべき道に帰って乱れた歴史を少しずつ本来の姿に戻すといい。あるいは私を殺してレイラの名前と記憶を引き継ぎ、次の夢追い人を目覚めさせるの。どれを選んでもあなたはいずれセナディアを取り戻せる。これが逃げられない運命。
Lifting your head and looked into the face nearly identical to yours. Her eyes rested coldly on the shadow lay on her hand. So distant, empty, devoid of sorrow.
私と彼女は同じ存在だ。セナを見つけたいのは彼女がセナを強く思ってるから。私たちの意志はずっとつながってる。あなたはうぬぼれるべきじゃなかった。 夢追い人の目的はいつだって。セナディア、セナがいなくなったから落星は影に覆われた。私は出過ぎた真似をした。私はルールを破った。私は思い上がったことを。やっと静かになってくれたね。こんなの私の意志じゃない。ありえない。
God tried to pull her blade back. Palm was shredded, bloodied. Still, you wouldn't let go.
いつものレイラならここまでの隙を見せないはず。ピタはこれを狙って。どうしてその執着は何なの。
This time, it was the god who was asking. Beneath her desperate fury, you heard grief. She thought the two of you had finally aligned. Same goal, same road. That fragile dream shattered the moment it formed. This journey began with a red-haired girl. But the moment you lost her, you swore to walk this path. But now, even though you still missed her with all your heart, and the god offered you a way to find her, this is worth everything you had. In that moment, you realized how similar yet profoundly different you were to the god. Same hope burned in you both, fierce and unwavering. But you carried more than just the one hope. You carried every wish and memory of those who walked with you. Memories that made the god look so terribly alone.
あなたにとって予知夢は単に私を操るための手段なんでしょう。違う道を行こうとする私にあなたは警告として耐えられない苦しみと孤独な運命を与えて恐怖を感じさせようとした。確かに私は何度も嫌なことがただの予知夢ならよかったのにって心から思ったよ。七術と出会った時も、コラリーが傷ついた時も、ヘリアがいなくなった時も、そしてキアナがまだ目覚めてないって聞いた時も、私の前でみんなは笑って慰めてくれる。大丈夫、頑張ったから謝る必要はないって。でも分かってるの、この旅でみんなを苦しませてることを。ループするたびに英才のために奔走する七術を見た。彼らと別れた時に思ったんだ。もし英才の根源である私に出会わなかったら、彼らもその運命から解放されて人並みの生活を送れるんじゃないかって。何の悩みもなく遊んだり、親友や先輩と気軽にじゃれ合ったり。でも老朽から水木まで結局誰もが私と一緒に未知の危険に飛び込むしかなかった。私も彼女たちを危険から守れなかった。あの日ヘリアは何度泣いたんだろう。多分数えきれないと思う。自分の部屋に閉じ込められた彼女の悲しい泣き声を私はただ聞くことしかできなかった。
Old memories flooded in, tangling with faded phantoms like scattered stars in a lightless night.
メイやブローニャ、テレサやデュランダルだって強い。でも彼女たちも強がってた。心配する気持ちを抑えながら私たち後輩の面倒も見てくれた。こんなに短い付き合いなのに、できればもっと彼女たちと一緒にいたかった。でもこの旅は長すぎて重すぎる。 選択の重さと進むための代償を知ったからだよ。私の行く道は多くの人の未来に関わってる。あんなに助けてもらったし、彼女たちのためにも自分自身のためにももっとうまくやりたい。悔いのない選択がしたいんだ。どうしてできると思うの？あなたも私と同じで欠陥だらけの失敗品のくせに。あなたこそどうしていつも自分を否定するの？あなたの恐怖で英才が広まった。一体何を恐れてるの？私はあなたの道具で、あなたの影。自分の意志を持ってはならない存在だってあなたは私にそう思わせようとした。でもあなた自身にもずっと同じことをしてたよね。神だろうとシステムの最高管理者だろうと、私を作り出したあなたでさえ私の意志を操る権利はないの。私の家族や友人、優しい先輩たちが私が誰なのかを決める方法を教えてくれた。私を作り上げるのは変えられない生まれじゃなくて冒険と自分の思いなんだよ。セナを見つけたい私の意志はあなたとは関係ないし、あなたの言う通りになる必要もない。私は私の思いで前へ進む。
Such familiar words. Long ago, a gentle voice said the very same thing to herself.
うちのレイラならきっと大丈夫。どうしてレイラはいつも自分じゃできないって言うの？そんなことをしてレイラ自身まで信じちゃったら大変でしょ？だって本当にできないから。セナディアみたいに上手じゃないし、セナディアより上手になれるはずないよ。何を言ってるの？レイラはとっくに私を超えてるよ。気づいてないのはレイラだけだからね。違う。セナディアは完璧だよ。私なんかセナディアを超えることなんて永遠にできない。できないの。レイラったら褒めてくれるのは嬉しいけど、そんなに自己否定してると心配しちゃうよ。大丈夫。セナディアがずっと一緒にいてくれるから。でもね、レイラ、私はね、いつかあなたが自分の意志で前へと進む姿が見たいの。だってそれこそが未来にたどり着ける道だから。
でもセナディア、私は前へ進めば茨の道が待ってる。私はそれを誰よりも知ってるよ。迷いも苦しみもあったけど諦めようとは一度も思わなかった。進めば希望が見える。何もしないまま立ち止まるよりマシだって周りの人から教わったからね。だからこれは私の選択。私はあなたの人形じゃない。私の力を吸収してるあのネズミ、つまらない小細工を。レイラ、私は今も間違った選択をしてるのかもしれない。この全ても無駄なのかもしれない。でも私にどこまでできるのか今答えを教えるよ。
もう答えを出しちゃうなんて用心深くて真面目なレイラらしくないんじゃない？
Her power remains cold, dim, and lonely, unchanging through the long years. Thoroughly prepared yourself to seize the faintest glimmer of hope in your wrestle with Layla. Except for one period, however.
これは温かい力。
Like a blinking butterfly, like bathing in the dawn light.
ピタはここにいない。うまく逃げ切れてるといいんだけど。
Like countless forces that want to move forward are slowly lifting your hand.
これが最後の扉。行こう。
Of course, I don't think she would meet you in that state. After all, it's the version of herself she most wants to forget.
夢追い人、夢追い人、ここで寝ちゃダメだよ。セクターに入るまでは元気だったのに。
起きた？未来から来たお寝坊さん。
あ、お菓子を隠すのを忘れてた。へえ、こんな時間に人がいるなんてね。まったく残念だ。この惑竜コラリー様の正体がバレてしまった以上、ここを炎で燃やし尽くす必要がある。ごめん、私もそうしたいわけじゃないんだけど。テレサ主教に告げ口したのはあなただったんだ。はあ、私がいなかった数日間でもうヘリアの影響を受けたんだね。大魔王様の冗談が通じないなんて減点。あ、もしかしてさっきの言葉も冗談だったの？コホン、もちろんそんなことは分かってたよ。この天才大魔王様の目を疑うの？ほほう、また謎解き？次に私が正解したらチョコクッキーを買ってきて。環境の変化？まさかお菓子棚に新商品がしまわれてるとか？クライン先輩はブローニャ先生にこき使われてるし、ジャンクフード一覧もしばらく更新されていないはず。ちょっと待って。クライン先輩の次は私が狙われるってことはないよね。人の不幸を喜ぶのは感心しないよ。まずい、竜の血がざわついてきた。このままじゃハイペリオン11号は飲み込んじゃう。ちょっと少しは付き合ってよ、夢追い人。そんなに大魔王様の集体が見たいの？いいよ、それならあなたの勝ちだ。みんなもいつの間にか私の冗談を簡単に見抜けるようになったし、逆にからかってくるんだ。まずい、これ以上みんなの好感度を上げたら私はこの船一のムードメーカーの座を失っちゃうかも。あ、もしかして変化ってみんなの気持ちのこと？任務はまだ完全にこなせてないけど、段階的に目標をクリアできてるからみんなも喜んでるし、これからの旅に希望を抱いてる。ほう、当たっちゃったって顔だね。さすが私だ。ねえ、クッキーを買ってきてくれる？柔らかいソファーに身を委ねてゲームする。これこそが人生だよ。生きてるって感じがして悪くないよね。 古本。その通りだ我が友よ。仲間と正義のためなら喜んで私の全てを捧げよう。鳥肌が立ってきた。やっぱり正義っぽいセリフはヘリアに任せよう。私には似合わないよね。大魔王コラリー様はバカなヒーローじゃないし、文明と世界のために命を懸ける人たちのことは尊敬してるけど、私は損得感情の天才だからね。物事には優先順位ってものがあるでしょ。例えばゲームは食事や睡眠より大事だしって先生たちには内緒にして。とにかくソファーでゲームをしながらクッキーを食べることより大事なものはもちろん存在してるんだ。もちろんこの船で起きた新しい変化のことだよ。でもクッキーをもっと買ってくれるならそれはそれで大事だ。
Alright. Well, I guess with that, we are all caught up again. The main story.
お菓子を隠すのを忘れてた。
I'll be honest about this. I was actually alright with the first half of it. Like, this whole conclusion of, us with everyone losing the 7 shoes and that. Like, at least trying to leave without any regrets and stuff. I was fine with that. I was. People may say it was boring, but it did give at least some conclusions for some of the other things, like for Zongwei and Telema's relationship. That was a really great part. Seraphim's was alright, Baji's was alright, Savai's, I don't know, I feel like they didn't really bother as much. But then again, it's like, at least now she doesn't always just have to keep fighting all the damn time. So, in the end, it still was a conclusion in of itself. But, aside from that... And also, at least us heading into this whole situation with the new form of, like, Helia and Coralie, and trying to tackle Layla, up to there, it was fine. But this whole struggle with Layla and Entropy, it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of wasted at this point, because, again, we know Layla likes to fuck with us, like, psychologically. We know that she's trying to lead Entropy to her own ends. And I guess I was right from what I was hypothesizing last stream, that the only reason that Layla's doing all this is to try to bring Senna back. And I will at least somewhat retract my statement from previous streams of Honkai Impact 3 Part 2 ago, where it's like, they left her without leaving her prepared. Because it seems like, at least just from that one little conversation between Layla and Senna in the past towards the end of it, it seemed like Senna had full confidence that Layla would be able to do it. Like, maybe she has been trained well and such. But again, with Layla's overdependence being that obvious towards Senna, I feel like you could have just had a psychology lesson or a psychologist or something to, like, talk her down, you know? Because, again, it's like, I get it, she was from nowhere, Senna's like her god, considering she saved her, and that's sometimes how children view their parents and everything. But again, it should not have been left in that case. And then what Litos did, saying like, oh, I'll be the next to leave, when clearly she's still racking over the whole thing with Senna's departure. It's like, what are you doing? Like, first the vase is put at the edge of the table, like barely balancing, and then you just nudged it down to the floor to crack and break all over. To ruin the vase. Like, really? That's the other thing, because, like I said, it's like, at least it's not like she was completely unprepared and too much out of a time constraint. But again, it's like, they really could have done a better job with, like, why Layla lives like that. Like, maybe someone had betrayed her and, like, directly and actually been the reason Senna was dead, and that would be the cause of her anger. I would have even accepted that, even though that's usually the normal kind of trope you go with in these kinds of, like, good people gone bad kind of stories. But still, it would have made more sense as opposed to what they're doing with this, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, the whole thing about Seven Shoes and Luo Jing and the whole system and the sectors, it's like, that's fine, alright? It's fine. Again, I can't say I have the full intimate knowledge of everything here, because I don't read every single part of the lore, like, all the documents and we get and whatever, but at the same time, it's like, just as someone who's, like, gleaning just from all the stuff told in main story, I feel like this is just a reckless plan that just led with too many fast decisions without really thinking things through, you know? Because even this whole confrontation with Layla, because, like I said, she's tried to mess with Entropy's mind many times in the beginning. Why would this whole thing change that anyway? And again, the other thing that I was saying before, it's like, if she really wanted to stop them from advancing any further, if she really, like, potentially had the power to overpower Vita, which I'm guessing isn't really the case because she needed to drive her into a scenario where it's like Layla thought she was ahead of the game and any disturbance would have cracked that facade, right? Because in the end, she still felt fear over could she save Senna or is she gone forever? Because she didn't want to accept the ultimatum that no, you can't bring back Senna. But so that's why I mean, it's like for Vita's point, like what her plan was, that's fine as well. Because again, she needed to push it to the point where it's like, seems like she's winning the game, but any tiny crack from perfection, which is needed, especially when resurrecting a potential godlike entity like Senna, would probably have a big backlash against her. Like, that logic, fine. But again, this whole thing with like Layla and Entropy and this whole identity crisis thing is like, I feel like we're just way past that already, considering how far we are already in the story. Like, seriously, how many chapters are we even in the story? I honestly don't even know for the life of me. Let me actually check. Because like I said, it's like, by this point, we should have already been done with that. Like, we don't even have to think about it anymore. Chapter 5. Chapter 9. Okay, yeah. Chapter 9, and then the EX chapters. Like, seriously, we're already this far in. Why are we still going back to this same thing where it's like, we already kind of concluded that part? Like, really? Why are they trying to bring that up as, like, the biggest challenge between the two? And, of course, they had to go back with, like, the whole scene, the Ghost of Senate thing, to, like, change her mind. Like, but that's why I mean, it's like, they clearly could have gone about a better path. Like, if they were going to recycle kinds of cliches to drive the story, I feel like at least use that for the reason of Layla becoming so angry and all these mistakes happening and her going out of control and making the shadow such a terrifying mystery and power to consume the world. That would have been fine with, but yeah, here with this whole spirit thing and then reflecting on the memories and the talk to Jutsu, like, come on, can we please just move past that already? Like, that's why I don't understand. It's like, they could go about it in a better direction, but they're just not doing it at the right parts. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. Like I said, the conclusion for our interactions with the people of Luojing and Ruimu and stuff, I'm fine with that. The logic behind, like, Vita's plan with Entropy to deal with Layla, fine with that. And the whole, like, everyone just trying to, like, reach the first sector and why Vita had to keep it a secret. Like, that one path. I'm fine with that. Like I said, it was at least building up to something where it's at least reasonable based on all the information we have. And not skewing itself too far from reason for what these characters normally do. But at the same time, like I said, for some of this where it's like, when you try to connect the pieces together based on just assumptions and from the hearsay and what you could surmise based on it was accurately, it really just sounds like they literally just put Layla in this position. They knew she wasn't ready, but they just decided, nah, fuck it, she'll be fine. She just needs time to mature. And it's like, it's not that simple, really. Like, look, if we learned at least a bit more of Layla's past, at least that could explain that huge dependency she has on Senna. And again, like, considering how that dependence was so obvious, it's not like she was hiding it. Why did they think just leaving her alone with a godly power where making decisions would not only affect the planet, but would also be like, oh, she's letting Senna down, or is she really doing right by her, like her savior? That will be an even bigger burden down the line. So yeah, it's like it had a decent start. I'm not gonna say amazing start. The end, a bit meh. But now I have to see exactly what this whole thing with this version of Senna is, especially since she seems to know this is, or that Dreamseeker is someone from the future. But it's like, have we gone back even further into the past, or even into a different cycle? So yeah, it's like, it's alright. I feel like the main highlight was really just seeing Sailor again, but like grown up this time. But aside from that, it's like, it's alright. That's the thing, it's like, at least when it came to Honkai Impact 3rd Part 1, it was a slow burner, but you got to see different character arcs pacing over time, and it worked. I'm not saying pure perfection, because there probably are other places where you can find that kind of stuff even better, but at least to me, when I went through the whole journey and that, going through the reasonings, like once you went down to it, it's like it was either just because it had to be processed through those multiple steps to reach that point because it was such a complicated situation and the risk would be huge if they failed, or just because people were determined that way based on the type of individual they were, like how what was it? Otto just kept manipulating everyone because he wanted to save Cullen Kazlana, even if it meant defying the world itself, knowing how that would affect the rest of the world as a whole. And same for Kevin, after his mind deteriorating from the concept of being the hero from the last generation to save the current generation. You feel? That's why I'm kind of disappointed about what they're doing, because it's like, they had the potential. They can make it as good. I'm just disappointed that when they try to, they're not really doing it at the right part. And again, like I said, it's like, because we already dealt with this whole situation with Layla and Japan and their identity crisis earlier, or even if it wasn't settled, it's like, we already went through that. It's like, oh, it's just her trying to mess with us. It just doesn't really have as much of an impact to me, having to go through this again. Like this whole thing between trying to use Entropy as a puppet. Like seriously, if it was like inconclusive and it's like we couldn't have guaranteed it for sure, then fine. It at least acts as like a bit of a surprise and a shock. But like with this whole thing, and then trying to pretend we're like shadows of other people, it's like, it really is not that surprising. So yeah, I would say this story update, it's alright. But the Coralie and the Heli ones, definitely much better by a wider margin. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream for today, everybody. Let me give a huge shout out to Yuki19 for showing up this stream and for the raid. Much appreciated, Yuki. My Twitch buddy. And like I said, I will try to do a Trails in the Sky first chapter remake stream sometime this following week. So I will download the demo and then I'll try to figure out on my own what days I'll be able to do it. But we will still have a Punching Grey Raven stream later today. I don't know if I'll do the whole like 2.5 hours or 2 hours, just because I don't know what time I would stream it today and like when I'd be finished by then. We'll see. And we still got East 9 Master of Nox continuing on Sunday, considering I already did a bit of grounding yesterday. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the stream but already found the channel, please make sure to leave a follow. Much appreciated. Check my YouTube channel where I post all the vlogs. Subscribe to as well. Join Discord if you guys not ready. Links to all those are on the channel. But anyway, this is Miss Santa's Voice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. We're out.
実りのある1週間だったね。こういう時にランキングがあったら冗談だよ。